Thunderstrike or Thunderstorm.
Art for cards. We love art for cards.
Everybody loves art for cards.
Did you already start it?
Yeah, we did.
Is it live?
Well, it's live right now. It's live right now so that Josh can grab his link. Hello. People.
Did you even do a buffer video? What
Nope.
is this?
I hit the
Look up
button.
here.
I hit the here. Look, for any of you just joining second.
As live.
Yeah, okay. I haven't gone live yet.
Oh, well,
Where'd it go?
you have to go to.
Oh, that's
the
right. I
create
need to go
button.
here.
No,
Nope. I need to go live.
here, hit the button.
There you go. I hit the button. You all right back there? Hello. Good Lord. Now let me show comments. Oh, cool. I'll run comments on that side too.
Am I creating server or am I joining?
No, you're going to join a server in a second.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Alex. I'm one of the creators of Earth Tau. This is Jared, our primary artist of Earth Tau
And
here.
creative director.
And creative director.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot what's on your card. And then the guy standing out of the murk back there, that's Josh. He is the third party of this trio. What you may call a stool or a triad or a...
they say the tripod?
The tripod? Yeah, something like that. One of those three-letter things.
I don't know what the stool is.
Stool? It's a
Triceratops?
Three-letter stool.
Triceratops? No, it's not Triceratops.
Tyrannosaurus. I like Triceratops. We're three parts of a Triceratops, and we have been working for the last couple of years.
I think the Tri Guys actually have a trademark on Triceratops.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
We've been working for the last several years on a superhero card game.
Yes.
That's looking to address some of the issues and just as a way to tell our stories about what's out there, and particularly the game and the stories themselves are there to focus in on some of the oddities that must happen in superhero lives that people don't touch base with. Josh, question for you.
What's that?
You are a superhero.
Yes.
You have just worked 12 hours saving the world. Your cape is filthy. You are gross. And you are starving.
Oh, yeah. Shawarma?
Maybe. Something. But here's my question. You're floating home. You're flying home.
Flying home because I've got the power of flight.
Obviously the power of flight.
Super sneezes.
Yep. And off in the distance you see them. Glowing in the dark, 4 a.m., and it's the only place open. Waffle House.
Oh gosh, Waffle House.
Now the question is, like, they don't have a drive-through.
They definitely don't have a fly-through.
Do you just go inside in your suit? Do you throw on the trench coat? Do you try to pretend that you're not super?
Where am I going to keep the trench coat? That's the hard part.
Look, I don't know. Super pockets. The Flash does it all the time, right?
But I don't have flash powers.
You don't. You only have the power of flight and sneezing, which I'm assuming you fly by sneezing at this point in time.
That's incredibly hard to control. That would have taken years to master.
Look.
That would be a fun montage. Just saying.
Just him flying into walls. So we wanted to look not just at the saving the world, but like what happens after. And as part of that, we ended up making 300-some characters. And as a way to bring out those characters and get a chance to tell all these little stories in these little bits, we've also then gone through and made a card game based around it as well. It's going to play kind of like War. It's a fairly tight game that...
I'm putting it on mute.
Good call. Quick, someone call Jared.
Hang on.
The card game, and we're going to demo that for you here later on. It plays fairly tight. It's going to play kind of like War. You're going to kind of draw one, play one. So it's a fairly simple and straightforward mechanic, but there's a lot of depth and strategy involved in it that you get into that we'll demonstrate today as we go into this. First, though, we want to let you all know, thank you for coming, and we also have a free demo up and available for you guys that have Steam. So that you can try it out for yourself, watch what we're doing. There are other videos up about how to play besides what we're doing today, and you can try for it yourself. So,
and that'll be the second link in the Earth Tau chat.
Yeah, the Discord, the Facebook, and varying other places as we get this more distributed. First, let's start with...
Who are we addressing again?
This is Atlanta. This is Furry Week Atlanta.
There we go.
Yeah,
all right.
Furry Weekend.
Furry Weekend Atlanta. Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, we had one person watch and then they left already.
Oh man,
no.
that happens. But we're here for ourselves. Let's do this button. Nope. Let's do that button. Nope. Let's do that button. There we go. So, if you guys don't have Steam, where you want to go is your Steam.com, Steam store, wherever. Download Steam. And then that part's free. Tabletop Simulator, right now it's $20 through Steam, though you can find different links out there that can actually be noticeably cheaper if you don't already have it. If you don't have it, reason I recommend getting it is that you can basically play any game that you want. And there are numerous games that have been made into this. Most of your real favorite tabletop games out there have a tabletop simulator version. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. If you don't have it, I do encourage to get it, especially during the time where everything's gone digital. Once you've got it, what you'll need to do then, and this is also a link that we've got in the Discord as well as the Facebook, is find our Steam store, our subscribe store there. And you're going to want to subscribe to our channel. Once you've got that, it will actually put that into your workshop in Steam, which we're going to show you right now. So once you've gotten Steam downloaded, you've gotten Tabletop, and you've subscribed to us, you can go into Steam, like so. You'll go into your library. You'll find Tabletop Simulator. We're going to stop that. Stop that now.
It's already playing.
Yep. Aha! You're going to go into your Steam, your Tabletop Simulator. You're going to load up this. It'll start you here. So Tabletop Simulator is designed to play at a distance. So it's something that you can play with people in New York or Atlanta. Or we're out here in Denver actually right now, hanging out and helping get this all going. We're going to go into Create. It's going to ask you single player, multiplayer, or hot seat. We're going to go multiplayer right now because we're going to be playing out on the big world. We've got our server name going. This is going to be friends locked and max players, so depending on which game you're going to work with, you'll change around those options. Create a server. That's going to load up, and it's going to ask us what game are we playing. Classic games that you can buy, so there's a bunch of them out there if you haven't had a chance to play them. Great ways to find them. Games you're working on, so this is kind of our development tab. And then this is what you're going to be working with, the demo table. We're going to load up that table.
And this is if you subscribe to the...
Yep.
There's no... It's not all of the cards. It's three decks.
Yep. So it's a demo. It's a demo decks with a number of different locations. So you get a lot of play out of this, but just know this isn't even half of what we've made for you guys to work with as we release more of the game. And the physical decks, you can get alpha versions of the physical decks, very similar to what you're going to see on the digital side, available right now on Game Crafter as well.
And you can find those links in on our website,
earthtau.com.
Yep.
So once this opens up, it's going to ask you if it's okay to open these URLs. Please do so, because that's going to open this here. That is our rule book that you can zoom in on, and you can deal with it just like you would a web page, and you can kind of scroll down at your leisure and actually read through the rule book as you go, and our little welcome message here. So Jared, would you be so kind to join in on us?
Yeah, I'm trying to find you.
Oops, spacebar. Should be right on the top.
Yeah, it's not showing.
Earthtau.
Oh, maybe that's why. Let's try friends only.
There you go.
Nope.
Do a search.
I'm going to do join again. Ah, there we go.
There we
It's
go.
a little too quick. Okay.
Yep, that happened. So what we have here is our demo set up. So I'm going to go through the pieces real quick so you have an idea what we're dealing with, and then we'll start a game up.
Am I green?
Take green. There you go. Fantastic. And that should be right. So, the hand you see is that's actually Jared on his side doing his thing. And these are all physical pieces that you can kind of pick up and throw around and do stuff. You can do all sorts of things on this as you get better at this. We'll touch base with a little bit that we know, though we know that we're only using a fraction of this system. So, these guys here, these are your leaders. These are going to be cards that are in play the whole game. They're going to give you some innate abilities to start off with. And they're going to allow an ongoing ability that you deal with that we'll cover more as we get going. The two piles sitting next to them, the shorter pile, this is a skirmish deck built for one style of game, which we'll demonstrate here.
It's one location.
Yeah, and then this is the war deck. This is designed for... The full game is the wrong way to put it, just a deeper, more involved game or a longer game, kind of a short and long versions. Okay? And then these cards down here, these are each unique locations. These are 9 of the 13. Each one scores different. Each one plays different. And between these leaders and the locations, that's why we say that there are 8,008 different board states when you're playing this game. So you guys aren't going to, unlike a lot of other games where you build your deck, you play your deck, and you play it 2 or 3 times, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's contingent on the scoring parameter of the game. So if we were looking at something like Magic, and this is no way, this isn't an attack, this is just a description so that people are able to understand it. When you play Magic, your scoring parameter is your health.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. That's your life counter.
Each player's life. Now, the scoring parameters for this game are on each location. So if you have one location or if you have 3 locations, that's going to change your scoring parameters and how many options you have to hit a win condition. When you change out those locations, they change how they score. And that's where you get that variety, that variable, because it can drastically change how it scores. And if you are building a min-max deck for one contingency and you play in a game where that location isn't involved, then you are now on your back feet.
Yep.
So
let's demonstrate.
Yep.
Okay. So, Jared, would you grab a deck?
I'm just gonna take Arch, and
Okay.
Are we doing skirmish?
We're gonna do a skirmish.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do a quick skirmish here. So grab his skirmish deck. Boom. There we go. I'm gonna grab Smash and Grab because I like them, and I'm gonna grab their skirmish deck. Now I'm gonna take all these locations right now. I'm gonna shuffle them together. I'm gonna give them a little rinsey shuffle. I'm gonna flip them over. Rinsey shuffle. Here, I got you. Yep. Grab them all. Boom.
Not over there. Oh.
That'll work. Yeah. Just dump them to the side.
No. Really?
Did you toss them off the...
No, they all went to
Oh,
one
we'll
pile.
fix that.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We can... The nice thing about me having this in a demo version is we can just reload. Alright. So, when we play the game, we need a location, because where a super fight happens is important. So, there's a lot of different ways to choose locations. In this case, I've just taken the 9 locations that we've got. We're going to give her a shuffle. Shuffle my deck while I'm at it. There we go. And I'm just going to take the top card for what we're dealing with. What do we got? Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to set these other guys aside. So what we're dealing with here, so where this super fight is happening is in St. Dr. Captain Man's Super Hospital. It's going to score on mind. So when we start talking about the different BAM scores, the body, aether, and mind, at the end of the game, we're going to want the team here that has the best mind score. Okay?
Make sure you're using your alt. Oh, you're doing it that way.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
zoomed
okay.
all in. Though I can zoom in further, I found out. Did you know that? Yeah. We're still learning things about tabletop. Like I said, we're only using a percentage. Now, because we're playing in the hospital, certain things matter. Particularly, we are going to be adding 1 point for every hero, villain, or professional. That's one of the factions. In your retirement, aka your graveyard, we're going to add 1 to this location at the end of the game. So basically, there's a walking wounded clause now for the game. So as we start ditching cards, they're not necessarily gone. They still have some value. Okay? Our 2 leaders. These guys are going to be guys on your ground. So you're the agent. You're going to decide where things are going. But our 2 leaders in play, Jared here is going to be playing with Archfiend. What you need to know about him is these 2 triangles right here. That indicates his initial support. That's the currency that you use to help get your supers onto the ground. You can't just bring in the Justice League for every little robbery. Things have to escalate. And then he also has, Archfiend has an ongoing ability, Souls the Other White Meat. Once during your turn, you may lobby, aka remove from game, an order from your retired, so something from your graveyard, then leech its ability, so you're going to take cards off the top of your deck and put them into your retirement pile, and then use its ability. So basically he can add and upgrade abilities as he's going through the game, but it does cost him deck. Okay? Versus, we're going to play with a pair of professionals. So this is a team of professionals called Smash and Grab. Once again, they also have 2 supports, and they have an ability called Hit 'em Hard and Fast, which is collect an order for every time you win a conflict using body. So basically, when they put their supers down, if they can beat them by punching people in the face, they're going to draw extra cards. What are you doing?
I'm showing,
over there?
so you can show them body.
Yeah. Oh, true. There you are. So this is a body score right there. That 9. So Smash, and this is actually a good example. You've got leader cards. You've got order cards. You do get repeats. You do get overlaps. That's fine. They act as different roles. This is the guy commanding the field. This is the guy in the field. Okay. So with that, let's get going, because as you see it play, it makes a lot of sense. Now, when we decide who goes first, we're going to base it upon what leader has the lowest amount of support. So I've got 2. Jared over here has 2, so we're tied. So in this case, we're gonna solve that with a dice roll or high card or whatever you want to do.
I just rolled that 6.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah,
I got a dose.
I'll roll it again.
Hit here. I'll get your roll. I got your roll. There we go. And that's still a 5. So because Jared rolled higher, he's gonna go first. That's gonna leave for a second.
All right. You start the game drawing 6,
Yep.
and then when it's your turn to go, you draw your 7th card.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then if you want to,
You figure out your play. I'll keep talking.
well, we're in the beginning. All
Yeah.
I really want to do is I want to start getting some support in there, because the only way that we're going to end this match is by closing out the game by playing a champion on this location, which is a card that's rank 7.
So I got it. So to play an order into a team here. So to play a card into a team, we're going to be looking at the rank, which is that 1 right there, and we're going to be then comparing it to how much support in this case our leader has. So our leader here has 2 support, 2 of those triangles up top, which is more than 1. So that is a legal play. Okay. For right now, since he's not playing across from anybody, we don't have to worry about the BAM scores. We just got to care about, does he have enough rank to do it? Did you draw a card?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So the game plays fairly quickly in this case. There's only really 2 places that Jared can play at any point in time throughout the game. He can play into his team, or if he wanted to, he could take a turn and tuck a card underneath his leader here as administration that adds more support. So it's a nice way to build support in maybe a different way. There are certain leaders that really like it and really help with it. There are certain leaders that don't necessarily need it, or certain times where it's not necessarily a great idea. So what Jared's demonstrating here is how to tuck a card. And if you really zoom in, you notice you got a little triangle there, adds to those triangles there. So he would have 3 support here right now. So because he's drawn a card and he's played a card, we would resolve his leader, which doesn't do anything in this case. We'd resolve the team, which we don't need to worry about here because this distraction is for something later on. We'd resolve the location, which doesn't have any alterations on how we play, just something we need to keep in track of as we go on. So that means it is my turn. So things resolve from player, across the board to player, and then back. Okay? So it's my turn. I'm going to draw a card. There we go. Now I've got a couple things in my hand. So I really right now I want to be looking at these 2s because I need to get those in play right now to get started, and I want to pay attention to the 7 because we're going to need him at the end of the game. Other than that, let's do a quick ordering here. These halts are helpful. They're going to prevent abilities throughout the game. We'll talk about that later on. And right now, I just kind of want to get some things going. So this is fairly straightforward. I'm going to play Goatee. It's a rank 2. I've got 2 support, so we're going to go in and play that. Now, to play a card, I have to have the support, and I have to be able to state definitively, I am better than you because. So in this case, I can say Goatee is better than Miss Andrew because Goatee has a better body score. She's stronger. So that 7, that purple 7, versus this purple 4. You only need to beat them on 1. Now at the end of the game here, I'm going to care about the orange score at the bottom, that mine score, because that's going to go to my team. And Jared may regret that 1 score there later on. That might bite him in the butt. We'll see. So I've won on body. That means I'm going to trigger my leader, because when a card comes in, that's your conflict. So I've triggered that, and I'm going to draw a card. There's no hand limit, and there's no worry about deck out. Once you play until you cannot play any longer, and we'll talk about what that means later on. And then whoever has the best team at the end wins. We'll get to that in a second. So I've resolved my leader, I've resolved my team, I've resolved my location. That means it is Jared's turn. Draw a card, buddy.
All right.
Oh.
Nope, I still want to go with this one. All right.
So now that he's playing, he's got to have enough support, and that comes from 2 different areas. He's going to have it from his team, which is going to add 2, plus his leader support, which is also 2. So he can play up to a 4. He's decided to play a 3. That's fine. So we resolve the leader. unless he got anything to do with that. Probably not, because he doesn't
Well-
have anything to work with yet.
Here's the rub with Archfiend is Archfiend can play at different. He can play in the very beginning before you draw. He can play
Mhm.
at the very end, right before you turn to the next player. And so there's Archfiend's a very different mentality, but
And something you'll notice, all the leaders are going to play really different. They each have their own unique spin, and you could put a different leader in the same deck, and it can play different. It can feel different. So let's resolve your turn, Jared.
all right. So I'm doing this. I'm going to beat you by mind.
Okay, so I've got a 5, and you've got a 7. Those orange numbers at the bottom.
Yep.
And then what's the card do for us here?
So transmute. So I'm going to retire one from my hand, which is this, of course, and whatever the value of that retirement is, that's going to allow me to go into my draw pile, my deck, and pick out a cumulative number equal to whatever it is that I retire.
Right, and we're doing this on rank. So what are you putting? What's your cannon fodder?
I'm going to do by cusp
You're going to do a 4, okay?
a 5.
Or a
Right?
5.
Yep.
So he's got that rank 5 to work with. He can go fishing for 5 ones. He could go for a 2 and a 3. He can go for another 5, whatever he wants. Once again, no hand limit. So he can go nuts. One of the things you can do on your deck, which is super helpful as you're playing this, is you can right click, thank you, and
Okay.
you can search, and it'll bring up what's left in your deck so that you can look at it, grab it, and pull it out accordingly. Now, because a transmute does require him to show what he got, he's eventually going to have to, thank you, he's going to have to show us what he's pulling. So he gets to pull a lot of stuff, but we get to know what it is. What you got, Jared?
Which location are you guys playing with?
Dr. Captain, Super Hospital.
Super Hospital.
Okay, I'm gonna pull Gamma Ray Gun.
Gamma Ray Gun.
It's always fantastic.
Flippy. Keep pulling, I'll talk.
And then that's a 2, and then I think I'm just gonna do a 3 so I can get my cumulative.
Get
of
your 5. He doesn't have to go up to 5. He could stop here. He could go grab another 2. You can make change however you want. Gamma Ray is an interesting ability because it's got a mimic on it, which means he can start copying abilities of his other cards. So it's kind of a fun thing to try to slide in.
All right.
And then he's going to grab an event card. So that's your E tag there. 636, nice card. And it's got a leech ability, which would make one of us discard cards off the top of our deck. So that's a total of 5. Those go into his hand. We've resolved leader, location, or leader team location, which means it is my turn. I'm going to grab a card.
Unless
Does he wants to be a little... You going to be a little cheeky?
no, that cost is too high. Nope,
Okay.
sorry.
All right. So I've drawn a card. I've got 2 support from my leader and 2 support from my team, so I can go up to a 4. Now this is where it gets interesting though, because 4s like this one, they hit harder, but they don't offer as much support. So if I'm trying to build up eventually to be able to play these 7s, because that lets me lock out the game. That's a champion. Once it's in a team, I can't play there anymore. It's how I can start to end the game. So I need to make a decision about whether or not I need to go for support or whether or not I need to go for whether or not I need to go for support or whether or not I need to go for points. I think I'm gonna need. Well, I don't have any other 2s. I'll play this. Can I do it? Can I double? You know what? I can't double, so let's do this. Alright, this is where we start looking at short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. This is a fantastic short-term play, and it's probably going to bite me in the long term. Get off. Get off. Thank you.
There you go.
Alright, so, I'm going to play Smash. I'm going to play Smash because he's got a good body score, that 9, which is going to help me right now this turn. But he's got a not great mind score, which is important for the end of the game because we're going to be scoring on that orange mark there. So this is where that short and medium term comes into play. I'm going to resolve my leader. So I can state definitively I am better than you because I have a better body score. That purple 9 versus that purple 3, which means I'm going to take an extra card. It also has an ability on the card here of drop, which means I'm going to retire one order at random from any hand. Jared, I would like to get rid of one of your cards.
Go for it.
Let's grab the first card. What do we get? Okay, we got an interesting rank 1. So I get to kill something that could give him support, which is nice. Now it is a villain, which means it's actually going to score a little bit of points later on, which I don't like. And it does put ammo into his graveyard, which he's probably going to throw at me later on. But for right now, I at least get rid of an option for him. So I've resolved my leader, my team, my location. It's Jared's turn.
All right. Top of the game, I draw my card. Ooh, can I even do this? Oh,
I'm hoping not.
Man.
I'd really like you not to do that.
Man, I think you might have just charged me.
One of... Fantastic. One of the things that we have as a design principle is no junk cards. There's 105 in our first set, and they all play roles. They're all very valuable. In many ways, it's hard to build a deck that doesn't have teeth. And these demo decks that we have, they're actually the same decks you can buy while you're online. They can hit. They can definitely throw some punches at each other here. So let's see what shenanigans Jared is up to and whether I like them or not.
All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my leader ability.
Okay. Keep talking.
So I'm going to use Are You Really?
Okay.
From my retired pile, and I've got to pay a fee to do that with this Souls the Other White Meat ability. And what that means is I have got to pull the top card off of my deck.
Yep.
And
sacrifice
it.
Suck it.
Oh, man.
That's a champion out. Take a hike. I mean, mind you, it's in his retirement pile, so he can throw it at me a little bit, but at least it's not in my immediate vicinity problem.
Kind of.
So,
that was a heavy cost for this play.
what are you doing?
So I'm going to put. I'm going to play Mint Heist against your.
Smash and grab.
Yeah.
But Jared.
Yeah.
636. How would you do such a thing?
Because I am using the ability. Are You Really? To deploy this order, its proficiencies must be less than its opponent's. Now, one of the ways that I've heard Alex describe the Mimic ability, or I'm sorry, not the Mimic. Well, this is the Mimic ability.
Yeah. It's basically you are going to take this ability and you are going to staple it alongside the ability of whatever else you're hooking it to. So right now, basically, Mint Heist has the Leech ability and the Are You Really ability.
Yep.
So that's the easiest way to look at that.
And this is strictly to, I'm getting one more support. I'm padding that with 6 on the Mind
Good
score.
score. Solid score.
And
Scores generally go from 1 to 11, so 6 is solid.
And I'm also getting him to drop 10% of his total deck size.
That's true.
On one play, leeching top 2 orders, and the leader that he has, he can't go and reuse those abilities.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of ability to do that. Now, Jared, what happens to that Are You Really card?
Are You Really? It goes into lobby. I usually set it off to the side, turn it upside down.
Oh, hey, I don't like that. So, he leached, of the 2 cards he leached a rank 2, which has some good support and not a bad scoring for what we've got, so not awful, an ability that might be helpful. But he did hit one of my closers, he hit one of my champions. So I don't like that, but I'm going to have to take it. So in this process, we've both traded champions. Fantastic.
Yeah, so... all right, so that's the end of my turn. I've used my leader ability and I've played a card, and it is now for you.
Now for me, so I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to do a thing. I need to get some mind going here. Come on. In my mind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got up to a 5 to work with. Can I do hast? Perhaps a do hast mich?
I do not know of what you mean.
No? All right. So I'm going to use a card that normally I wouldn't like to play, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Will you get off my card? So, Gun Show. She's a rank 4. She's got a support on her, so that's helpful for me. She's a 9/4/7, so she's got plenty of horsepower to play across From this, I'm actually going to beat you on body, because I can, and I'm going to take my extra card. So we're going to resolve that.
What he means by taking the extra card is that's his leader.
Leader ability. Yep. Draw an order every time I win using body. You betcha. So I'm going to do that whenever I can. Now, she's got an ability on here called Halt, which would basically prevent other abilities. Like, I could have taken this card and halted one of those abilities like that. Basically, use the Halt to cover that ability, just like so. I didn't, because I'm not... Well, I've got enough cards in my hand. I'm not too worried about it. But the Halt doesn't trigger when it's going into play. So anytime you see a box turn sideways, that means it's from hand is when that ability triggers. You've got to get rid of the card from your hand to make it happen. Going into play, doesn't do it. Also, generally, if ability is horizontal, if you play the card, you've got to use the ability. There isn't an option. You've got to play. You've got to use what's played. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So I've resolved my leader. I've resolved my team. I've resolved the location, and it is Jared's go.
Okay, so draw at the top.
Josh, how are we doing back there?
So we've got somebody who's been trying to join the live stream, but when they try and join the live stream on their phone, it redirects them to Google Play, and then it asks to open from there, and then it immediately goes to the Facebook homepage, and doesn't actually
Have him just go to have him go to EarthTow Facebook, Facebook EarthTow or Facebook /EarthTow, and grab the live stream from there. That's interesting. We will work on our links.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, we need to redo because we were going to try and do a simulcast from Twitch and Facebook. There's definitely some oddities with that. If you've done streaming before, anytime you start doing more than one stream destination, then you've got to jump through some hoops. So instead of trying to burn up too much time getting that figured out, we go back to what we know, which is Facebook, but we will be expanding upon this further. This is just the beginning. I know that this game is far along in mechanics and gameplay, like it's done.
Yeah, we're just waiting for art.
Yeah. Art and, well, there's a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Like what printer?
That would be helpful. Yeah, getting all the print information outside of
How much?
the quick printer.
Yeah, and what's our cost?
Yeah.
What unit counts and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, business. All the
But-
non-fun stuff.
But I will say this, and I don't know if I've shared this with you guys. We are down to 43 cards that are
You done your turn?
silhouettes. Yeah, I was just sorry. No, I didn't finish my turn.
Do your
I
turn.
Just,
Yep.
43 cards without silhouettes, and what that means is that
Cards like this.
is that of the 105 orders, there's only 43 left that have the silhouettes. It's actually 42 now because I just finished up something that's past rough stage. I'm actually going into finalizing. But as soon as we hit 80%, which to give you an idea, for our leader cards, we have 7 that are designed out of 8. They still need some finishing coloring work, but the line work is done for, I think, 5 out of the 7.
Yeah.
Um,
Your turn.
and then our locations, we have, all of them have art. We just want to change up the art on a few of those. So we are getting very close to that 80%. And when we hit that 80%, that is when we start
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Something
We
like
hit that
Yep.
specific date. Yeah. So we are
Jared, what you doing over there?
very close. I am contemplating what I'm going to do, and I am going to do that.
Did that link
So-
work for you?
The problem is with phones. The phone will not let you watch Facebook videos in browser. You have to watch it through the Facebook app. So if you don't have the Facebook, app installed,
It's gonna fight you.
then you're going to get fighting. And so we can't actually have people join unless they have the Facebook app.
So we know we can, if we're just streaming to Twitch solo.
Yeah.
We can do that. So what we'll do, let's finish up this game that we've got here. Let them know we're going to be putting up, we'll switch over to a Twitch stream here momentarily, and you can throw that, and we'll throw links up accordingly.
Oh, and just swap it out.
We'll just swap it out. We'll have a video, then we'll have a video that they can watch history of on Facebook, and then we'll have a live Twitch stream for people that work with that better. Because we knew that was an issue, we were trying to solve it. You done?
Well, I just did my first. So
You got a thing?
Gumdrop Cannon, and I don't.
No.
Why not?
No. All right. So here's what Gumdrop Cannon. What it's going to do is it's going to retire an active order, aka top order, top card from this location, which means he's going to try to kill my gun show, and I don't like that. So I'm going to take this halt, and I'm going to stick it right over that ability just like that. It's a halt 6. He's a rank 4, so that's perfectly legal and fair game. A little bit of overkill, but so be it.
Wait a minute. Where did my halt... I had a halt in my hand.
Did it?
Was that
Did
the
it?
last game?
That was probably the last game. But you can suck on that for a second. I don't want you to blow that away.
Really? God dang
Yeah.
it.
I mean, mind you, I'm giving up a good scorecard. I should have grabbed a different halt. Yeah, 6-1 after that's the other.
That's fine. Alright, I guess that's the end of my turn.
Suck it. Play fast. Now that we've got it all established. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, this
7.
is not good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna close this down because I'm feeling okay about where I'm at. So I'm gonna play a champion card. Now that that's in play, I can no longer play into this location. There are ways to extend the game if I really wanted to, but I don't. So that is my last turn. That is triggering endgame. Jared has one more turn probably to play and use and do stuff. He could be really mean to me right now. I think he's got enough cards left to do it. You do. You do have enough cards to be real ugly to me.
I do.
So I'll talk you through what I'm contemplating. Archfiend's ability, he can steal abilities. He happens to have an ability in his graveyard right on the top there. Not if I see you first. That would kill an active order from a team and every copy of it in game. So it's kind of a board wipe scenario of certain cards. So he could use that to kill my card here. I might object to that, but it's a perfectly valid play. He just needs to make sure he's got 7 cards in his deck to do it, which he does. So it's fair game if he wants to. Unless he's got some other play that he would like to do that would be less expansive.
Oh, I only have one.
But now he's in a situation. So Mr. Amazing is an interesting card. It's one that we actually didn't think we'd ever make. Because it's a rank 7 vanilla. It doesn't have any abilities other than it hits like a truck. 11 is a max score, so he is maxed out in body. And he's pretty strong in both Aether and Mind. So he acts as an amazing blocker, or if you're familiar with Go, another term for that is a wedge. Where Jared's going to have to make decisions and none of them are going to be good.
No, I only have one. I only have one decision I can make. I'm going to have to use my leader ability.
You can just flip your whole deck over into your graveyard. You only got 7.
I know, but...
You like to feel it? Let's watch this massacre. Up close and personal. Oh, that's the fun card.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some halts. Those would be helpful.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7.
That's
All right.
it. So no more deck. That's not actually a concern. As long as he's got cards to play and he's valid, he's fair game. He just has to pay the piper. Bring out his card that he's gonna basically, once again, he's stapling that to a card there, like so. And then I would like to staple my own card to your card.
Dang it.
And I don't want that. Stop trying to kill my cards, Jared.
All right.
So, he can halt a halt. If he had another halt card, kind of like this one, he could go through and halt that halt. And then if he had another halt card kind of like this one, he could go through and halt that halt. I'm not saying anything, Jared. I'm just demonstrating. Just for their purpose, not for your purpose.
Yeah.
Their
yeah,
purpose,
I
not
get
your
it.
purpose.
I get it.
Their purpose,
I
not your
get it.
purpose.
Is this the you're tired of losing to Archfiend?
I am tired. Last game, he wrecked me. We've had enough. Enough of your shenanigans.
All
This
right.
card needs to stay out there.
Okay.
So, I've prevented that ability. Now it's Jared's turn. He gets the option. If he can play, great.
Yeah.
If not, that's game. That triggers end game.
It's game.
End game, because he probably doesn't have enough oomph in his hand to do it.
No, I burned that. I burned that ability. I needed
Trying
it
for
for now. Yeah.
Yep. So now what we're going to do is we're going to count our teams based upon mine. So this is the bottom score,
Oh.
that 9 there.
Oh.
We're going to add up. Now we're going to see if that one play that he had early on and my kind of some mediocre plays add
No,
into a problem.
you got me.
You think?
Yeah.
7 and 4. I can add. 7 and 4 is 11. Plus 9 is 20. 25.
I got 17.
Aha! Got you by a card. I'll take it. Anyway, so that's a quick game of skirmish. So that would be my point and my card. With that, then we're going to end this live stream on the Facebook. Nope. That's the wrong button. That's the button. We're going to end this live stream of Earth Tau on Facebook. We're going to be switching over to the Twitch. We will put links into the varying places accordingly, and we'll see you all later.
How long? Wait. We just talked about this planet. Is that a quick transition?
Yeah, you need to take your Twitch key and you plug it into your stream key.
But how do we broadcast where we are with Twitch?
We hit there to there. What do you mean? Oh,
I'm going to be doing that.
Oh,
we're
okay.
going to put links in.
Okay.
So look on the Discord and the Facebooks and varying other places, and you'll see where this broadcasts over to as well. Have a good day. We'll talk to you
see you in a few minutes.
hopefully very
On
short
Twitch.
period of time.